Let's remember how we solve a quadratic equation. We write it in standard form so that one side of the equation is 0. Then we factor, or we try and factor, the polynomial. Then if it does factor, we set each factor equal to 0 and then solve each equation. And once we finish solving equations and we have proposed solutions, make sure you check the proposed solutions in the original equation. So keep that in mind as we solve the following equation. Now, by the way, there is a temptation here to set 3n equal to 96 and this other factor equal to 96. We can only do that when one side of the equation is a factored polynomial, which it is here, and the other side is 0. It's a zero factor theorem, so this side must be 0. So we're going to have to just multiply and move the 96 over and write it in standard form. So 3n times 7n, that's 21n squared minus 60n. And if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and subtract 96 from both sides. So minus 96 is equal to 0. Now I have written in standard form. Let's now try and factor this polynomial. Notice there's a common factor here. I believe there's a common factor of 3, so let's factor that out. I'll have left 7n squared minus 60 divided by 3 is 20, so that's 20n, minus 96 divided by 3 is 32, and that's equal to 0. Now let's continue. I'll rewrite my 3. And let's see if this trinomial factors as a binomial times a binomial. For 7n squared, I'll try 7n and n. And then for 32, negative 32, and I want a middle term of negative 20. What if I try negative 8 and positive 4? Let's see where that gets me. That would be my outer product is 28n, my inner product is negative 8n, and 28n minus 8n, that's positive 20n, and I want negative 20n. So I'll make this a plus, and I'll make this a subtraction, and then I'll let you check me, but I have factored correctly now. Once factored correctly, set each factor equal to 0. I'll go ahead and set the 3 equal to 0, but it will give me no solution, and then I'll have or 7n plus 8 equals 0, or n minus 4 equals 0. Now 3 is equal to 0, there's no variables there, that's a false statement, so I actually get no solution from this equation. Let's solve this equation. I'll subtract 8 from both sides, and I'll have 7n is negative 8, and then divide both sides by 7, and I'll have n is negative 8/7, or, and here I'll add 4 to both sides, and I'll have n is 4. So I have two solutions. 4 is a solution. Also, negative 8/7 is a solution. Check by replacing n with 4 in the original equation, seeing that a true statement results. The same thing for negative 8/7.